If you've lost a home in the Syracuse market recently, or you're about to start searching and you have no idea what you're walking into, this video is going to save you a lot of pain. In this video, we're going over exactly how to win a bidding war in the 2026 CNY market, the pre-approval strategy, the offer tactics, the speed plays, and the inspection approach that keeps you protected without costing you the deal. I'm Tyler Marshall, a real estate agent here in Central New York and the host of Living in Central New York. And I work with buyers in this market every week. So everything I'm going to tell you today is based on what's actually working right now, not general real estate advice from a textbook. Let's start with the honest picture of what this market actually looks like in 2026. Because if you don't understand the market you're operating in, none of the tactics matter. Inventory in key CNY suburbs is brutal. In areas like Cicero in North Syracuse, we're often looking at fewer than 100 available homes at any given time. Homes are averaging 20 to 30 days on market across the region. And in the most competitive pockets, the best properties are going under contract in under a week. Multiple offer situations are not the exception here. They are the norm. 5 offers, 10 offers, sometimes more on a well-priced home in a desired suburb. And the buyers losing those situations aren't losing because they didn't love the house enough or because they weren't serious. They're losing because they weren't prepared. Here's the part I want you to sit with for a second. Every time you lose a house in this market, prices are climbing. The equity you would have been building is going to whoever did win that offer. The lifestyle you were picturing, the yard, the school district, the neighborhood goes with it. This market does not reward hesitation, and it does not give you a second chance on the same house. So let's talk about how to actually win. Tactic number 1, your pre-approval has to be bulletproof before you look at a single listing. Not a pre-qualification, not a soft online estimate, a full pre-approval from a lender who has actually pulled your credit, reviewed your financials, and can produce a letter on the same day you need it. And specifically in CNY, a local lender. I talked about this in another video on this channel, but it's worth repeating here. Listing agents in this market pay attention to the lender name on your pre-approval letter. A letter from a local lender they've worked with before signals that your financing is real, that the deal is going to close on time, and that they don't have to babysit the transaction. A letter from a big national bank's online portal does not carry the same weight. The strongest pre-approval letters in this market show proof of funds, highlight any flexible terms you can offer, and are written in a way that positions you as a serious, capable buyer, not a tire kicker. Get that letter before you fall in love with a house. Because in CNY, by the time you're in love with it, you may have 48 hours to get an offer accepted. Tactic number 2, your offer strategy has to be different than what most buyers distinctively do. Most buyers come from a mindset of leaving room to negotiate. Start a little low, see what happens, maybe go back and forth a couple times. That approach loses in this market. Go in with your absolute best offer on day 1, not your opening offer, your best offer. Hesitation kills deals here, and there usually isn't a second round of negotiations when 5 other buyers are at the table. Escalation clauses are a useful tool when used correctly. They allow your offer to automatically step up above competing offers to a defined maximum, which protects you from overpaying while keeping you competitive. Use them with a clear cap that represents your actual limit, not a number you'd regret. Beyond price, there are non-price terms that can genuinely move a seller. And this is where working with someone who knows this market pays off. A flexible closing date, covering a portion of the seller's closing costs, offering to let the seller stay in the home for a few extra days after closing if they need it for their own move. These terms cost you relatively little and can be the difference when you're competing against an offer at the same price point. The goal is to make your offer the easiest yes the seller has seen. And by the way, if you're starting your home search in Central New York, I put together a free resource for you. It's called the Central New York Master Relocation Guide. It's a great starter point for those checking out and moving to the area. You can download it using the link in the description. Tactic number 3, and most buyers underestimate how much that matters. When a listing hits in Cicero or North Syracuse or Baldwinsville, the clock starts immediately. The buyers who win are not the ones who schedule a showing for the weekend and then take a few days to think it over. They're the ones who are in the house within 24 hours of it hitting the market and have a signed offer in the listing agent's inbox the same evening. That level of speed requires preparation that has to happen before you're ever searching. Your pre-approval letter ready to attach, your proof of funds document ready, your offer paperwork pre-filled with everything except the address and price. Your agent's contact information already in the listing agent's phone. When a great house hits the market and you're ready to move in hours instead of days, you have a genuine competitive advantage over buyers who need the weekend to decide. In a market where being first often beats being highest, that preparation is not optional. It's the play. Tactic number 4, local knowledge and agent relationships matter more than most buyers realize. There's a version of buying a home where the process is pretty transactional. You find a listing online, you tour it, you submit an offer, and the math decides. That version doesn't describe CNY right now. In a tight inventory market with multiple offers, your agent's relationship with the listing agent is genuinely relevant. A direct phone call from a buyer's agent the listing agent knows and respects to ask what matters most to the seller, whether they care more about speed or price, whether there's a particular closing time that works better for them. That call produces information that shapes a winning offer. Your agent should also be using real comparative sales data to build the case for your offer price. Not to lowball, but to justify a strong number in a way that shows the seller's agent you've done your homework. Sellers and their agents feel the difference between a thoughtful, well-constructed offer and a number thrown at the wall. In a multiple offer situation, the difference gets noticed. Tactic number 5, and this one is where I see buyers make a mistake that costs them in one direction or the other. The inspection contingency. In a competitive market, there's pressure to waive the inspection entirely to make your offer cleaner. I'm going to tell you directly, don't do that in CNY. The housing stock here skews older. A lot of desirable homes in the $250,000 to $350,000 range were built in the 1950s through the 1980s. Roofing issues, older heating systems, oil tanks, basement waterproofing, electrical panels, these are real things that show up in CNY home inspections, and they can be expensive. Waiving your inspection entirely in this market is taking on a risk that isn't worth it. What you can do instead is position your inspection terms strategically. Limit your repair requests to significant structural or mechanical issues rather than a long punch list of minor items. Consider offering a repair credit cap, committing in advance to not ask for more than a certain dollar amount in concessions. Get a pre-offer inspection if the seller permits it, which lets you go in with an informed offer and potentially no inspection contingency because you already know what you're buying. The goal is to be as clean and attractive as possible to the seller without exposing yourself to a decision you'll regret. There's a line between competitive and reckless. Knowing where that line is in CNY specifically is part of what a good local agent brings to your transaction. So here's the honest bottom line on winning in this market. In an inventory-starved market with multiple offers on almost every desirable property, the buyers who win are the ones who are prepared, fast, and working with someone who actually knows how to navigate this specific environment. Nice offers that are thoughtfully crafted beat aggressive offers that are sloppy. Speed beats hesitation. Local lender letters beat national bank portals. Agent relationships produce information that changes outcomes. None of this is complicated, but all of it requires preparation that has to happen before you're standing in the driveway of a house you want. The buyers I work with who follow this approach are winning homes right now, while other buyers buyers are writing their third or fourth losing offer and wondering what they're doing wrong. The difference is almost never the house. It's the preparation, the strategy, and the execution. And that wraps up this video. If you're interested in moving to the central New York area and would like my help, my contact details are in the description below.